Sedgwick County, the polls just opened in the last 30 minutes. Take a live look. You can see it right here at the Heart of Christ Church on South Green. Photojournalist Nick Kiefer is giving us that live look, and poll workers started preparing early this morning. Now, this is a major race with a lot of interest in this general election. Our crews saw incredibly long lines on Monday with people trying to beat today's anticipated crowds. But before you head out the door, here is what you need to know. Take a look. Remember to make sure that you grab that government-issued ID, either your license or a passport. Avoid clothing or accessories in favor or against a particular candidate, party, or question found on any of the ballots. Also, you must go to your assigned polling location. Now, you can find all of this by going to ksn.com. Click Find Your Polling Place. There's a link there that'll take you straight to the Secretary of State's website. Just type in your address, and then it'll let you know where to go.
Good morning, Kansas, and thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Julia Thatcher.
And I'm Eddie Randall. Our focus obviously on the election this morning.
All polling locations in Sedgwick County are open. Election Commissioner Angela Cadillo joins us now live from Heart of Christ Church this morning.
Angela, the doors opened to voters about 30 minutes ago. Can you tell us what you're seeing so far?
Well, I've been out to 3 locations so far now, and I do see voters coming in excited to vote. They're starting to trickle in, so I expect that as we get a little closer to 7 o'clock, we'll see more people out. We're really excited. It's Election Day in Sedgwick County.
And throughout the day, are you expecting those long lines like what we saw in the primary?
So we know that lines were an issue in the primary, and we do have a lot of people who are registered voters in Sedgwick County. We have had about 50,000 people take advantage of early in-person voting and have received over 20,000 advance by mail ballots back. But if we hit that 52 to 55% turnout, we may see some lines in Sedgwick County. The busiest times to vote are right now when the polls open through the start of work, then over the lunch hour and after 5. So if you're in one of those busiest areas, which you can find on our heat map, you might consider voting outside of those times. But we're really excited that we're going to get to serve a bunch of voters. Hope everybody turns out to vote. And we do expect a pretty good turnout today.
And speaking of the turnout, Angela, the Kansas Secretary of State estimates a 53% turnout. Now, when looking specifically at Sedgwick County, do you believe those numbers are going to be higher, lower, or similar to what the state predicts?
You know, it's hard to tell. It's going to depend a lot on people, on what they're interested in. Sometimes it even depends on the weather, but typically in Sedgwick County, we have seen the turnout in this type of election, a statewide midterm, to be between 52 to 55 or 56%. So that number is a very reasonable number to think we might achieve.
And before people head out the door, what advice do you have for voters?
Well, I would say a couple of things. Number one, when you go to vote in person today, you do need to vote at your assigned polling location. So check that before you go. You can look on our website. Also, when you get here to the voting location, there are some signs that will let you know if you're in the correct location or not. We recommend that you also take the opportunity to look at a sample ballot online. You can do that at the Kansas Voter View website. You know, this is a longer ballot. It takes about 5 to 7 minutes to vote, depending on whether or not you've made up all your mind. There's a couple constitutional amendment questions people might want to look through to get some information on. And then, as always, please remember to bring your valid government-issued photo ID. That's going to help you get through the process a lot more smoothly.
We can already see those people behind you, Angela. Busy day you have ahead of you. Thank you for starting your day with us this morning. We really appreciate it. And of course, it is very important to know where your polling place is.
And you can find it by going to ksn.com and clicking on Find Your Polling Place. There's a link to the Secretary of State's website. Just type in your address, and that will tell you where to go. In Kansas, polling locations open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. However, you just saw it in Sedgwick County. They open at 6. Mail-in ballots must be postmarked today in order to count. They do need to be received by Monday, November 14th.